got into crime and was sent to prison,
Right.
what would happen? How would you handle that?
It's brilliant. It is brilliant. If a chimp could talk.
And what was the other one? The other thing was what did he talk about? Because it's not as if you can say, "Oh, well, guess what I did today." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Got this in pocket.
Brass in pocket, and if they're pretending to be good, they're doing a bloody good job of it. I love them. That's Ricky Gervais on XFM 104.9 with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Carl is still buzzing about these conjoined twins.
No, it's just.
One of them, of course, had to be, because one of them was sort of shorter than the other, and had to be sort of wheeled around on a kind of trolley thing by the other.
This isn't Molly and Dolly, is it?
No, they're not called. One's called Reba. And
Oh.
I forget what the other one's called. Sheena, maybe, or something like that. Do you remember, Carl?
No, I wasn't that impressed with the names. It's just.
Yeah. So you immediately put them out of your mind. Those are rubbish names. I'm forget, Carl, forget
Well,
them,
they-
forget them. They're gone.
Were they British or American?
Yeah, American.
Oh, because I've seen some American ones on
Well,
Jerry
bizarrely,
Springer.
one of them was apparently a country music star.
This is Molly and Dolly.
Well, they're not called
The
Molly
one that
and
joined
Dolly.
at the Oi. The one that
But
joined
they're
at
not.
the...
I think you've made up the Molly and
No,
Dolly.
it was on Jerry Springer. There's a little one that sits on a seat, and the other one carries it round, her around. And
They're not called Molly and Dolly.
there was something like that.
They're called. Well, we know that one of them's called Reba, and I forget the other
One
one.
was a country and western singer or something.
Yeah, and but she was saying, "Yeah, I've just made a movie. It's coming out shortly in theatres."
Is your
And the
sister
other one
in
said,
it?
yeah, and the other one said, "Oh, I'm not involved." I did. It's utterly bizarre because they live there. They work so hard to live their lives separately.
Yeah, they say it's
You know,
all. Yeah,
exactly.
of course.
So,
Yeah.
you know, they try not to. So she's talking about her music career, and the other one's sort of not taking any kind of credit for it, which is nice. I
It's
suppose.
weird though, because when she was singing as well, the other one just stands there. She doesn't join in. She doesn't sort of dance.
Offer backing vocals.
Do you know what I mean? Make a group out of it.
A duo.
Yeah, well, but it seems like we're sort of being horrible, but we're
No,
not.
we're not.
I mean, it's a
Well,
really
no,
bad
we're
thing,
laughing
but
at Carl's amazement at this phenomenon. Sorry, I just got to say we're not.
do you know
taking the Mickey.
The really weird thing about all this, right? And it's annoying because you were saying about, you know, oh, what should have Trisha have asked and all that.
Yeah.
But one of them mentioned that one of them was adopted, and the other one wasn't.
Don't talk rubbish.
No, seriously, I didn't understand it, right?
Of
And
course
then-
you didn't.
And then Trisha sort of said, "Well, let's have a chat," and they were like, "No, don't want to go into that."
What do you mean one was adopted and
That's
one
what he
was...
said. One of them. I don't quiz me on it, but that's what was said.
Hi there, I'm a hello there. I'm a multi-millionaire,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've just seen your orphanage.
Oh,
I'd
yes,
love
lovely,
to
isn't
adopt
it?
one of your children.
You'd like to adopt one?
I'd love to adopt a children because I've got
Brilliant.
loads from around the world, so I'd love
Yeah.
to adopt one. I'd give you $10,000 towards your.
well,
your orphanage.
we'll speed it through then, yeah,
Brilliant,
yeah.
okay.
We've actually got two left.
I
so
only need one. I'm only interested
Right.
in one. Yeah, I don't need any more. Don't need any
They're
more.
sisters, they're...
I know it would be tragedy to break them up, but I really only need one.
Now, break it up, there's the rub, you see.
Sure,
because,
sure. I just need the one. There's $10,000 now. You can have that. I'll sign it now, but I don't want to discuss it further.
I'll bring her around,
Brilliant, brilliant.
Okay, ding dong.
Hi, yeah, brilliant. You brought my kid round.
Yeah, there she is there.
That's a joy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just standing next to a bush.
Yeah, do you want to? Can you bring her out?
No,
me? It's like,
there's nothing behind the bush, so you just want...
I just want to be able. I just want to be able to walk 360 degrees round her.
Do you want her or not?
Yes, I can't believe it. What's that little trolley? She's talented.
Oh, dear.
You're talking nonsense, Carl.
Well, whatever.
These eyed hairs are nightmares to white parents whose worst fear was a child with dyed hair and who likes hair.
Feeder. That's it, just the way I'm feeling. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. It's time for the newest quiz in town. This is where Carl inserts himself into a seminal film. Last week, it was the little kid in Sixth Sense. You remember? To great acclaim. The critics loved it. They said a triumph. This week, he's fiddled with The Graduate. This is the scene where, of course, he goes upstairs to the hotel room, and It's on the cards. She's a dead cert, Mrs. Robinson.
Well,
Here we go then. So, are you ready for it? I've brought some condoms from home that Suzanne got for Christmas.
Benjamin,
What?
will you bring me a hanger?
A what?
A hanger.
Tell you what, I've got wood.
What?
Just saying, I've got wood. I've got metal ones as well. What sort do you want?
Either one would be fine.
All right. There you go.
Are you afraid of me?
No. No, I've seen weirder things than you. Have I ever told you about the two lads I went to school with who had big heads? Webbed fingers as well. Not related, and weren't mates, but both had the same thing, which is a bit weird. Yeah, I've never found out what was wrong with them.
Can I ask you a personal question?
As long as it's not about my head being round, because Ricky's always going on about that. He's saying I've got a round head.
Well, you can admit that, can't you?
No, it's. I'd say it's a normal sort of shape. It's just round.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you mean? So is yours. Head's just a normal shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk. Look at your saggy arse. Anyway, get your knickers off.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, that was a joy.
Oh dear.
It was an
Oh.
absolute treat. Now, I should say that obviously the prize is a copy of The Graduate. Now, bear in mind that XFM is giving away these prizes.
Yeah.
Carl is so cheap that he wouldn't even buy it on DVD. He's bought it for $6.99 on VHS. It'll be panned and scanned. It won't be widescreen. There's none of the extra features that you get on the DVD.
Oh,
That's
look
how
at
cheap it-
Carl's face. He's gutted.
Carl, did you pocket the rest of the cash?
No, I have to use my own money to buy these, right?
What, you're using your own money to give this stuff away?
Yeah. So I had to go and buy that,
XFM is so cheap, I
I know.
understand.
right?
I know.
And it's not worth having it on DVD, is it? 'Cause
Why
it's
not?
It's an old film, so. So the quality is set, do you know what I mean? They can't really tidy it up. 'Cause
Of course they can. They do it from a print. They don't do it from the video. They don't get the video and go, let's make it into a DVD.
An old Betamax copy that someone had knocking about. Well, anyway,
it's
you
the
can...
same film, though, isn't it?
Fine, okay, well,
yeah,
you're right,
it is
yeah.
the same
But anyway,
film, yeah.
you can win $6.99's worth of The Graduate. The question, and it's email only, Steve, it's not Steve, it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. The question is, name the actor that Carl was taking the place of in the film, and of course the actress that he's performing opposite. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Lovely.
Do you want to play something from the...
I would love to.
It would seem appropriate.
Yeah?
Hello, darkness, my...
Dear Mr. Simon and Mr. Garfunkel, please, let's not have the sound of silence. Let's have some more beautiful music. Get that together, please, quickly. That's
I
XFM.
think you should do every single link on it. Brilliant, it's the best bit of the show.
That's on XFM 104.9.
Are we
Well,
going to
there
have
you
time
go.
to play the clip again before, I don't know, before 2 o'clock, let's say?
Are people not listening to the question? Is that what you're...
Some people are not listening to the question.
Oh dear. Okay, we'll play it again at about 2 there.
And personally, any excuse to hear it again, because I thought it was a treat.
I think Carl should go out and get the DVD.
I think it's embarrassing to give away the
Yeah,
the
you have to
VHS.
get it. You have to go out and buy the DVD later.
Carl, on the DVD, it's got a booklet, it's got an audio commentary, it's got behind-the-scenes features, and it's got this pristine widescreen version of the film. You've got some cheap $6.99 version.
Yeah, and
on
so
VHS.
because you were being mean, because it was your own money, you're gonna have to waste that now because
Yeah.
no one wants it. So it's gonna cost you twice as much as it would have done if you just got the DVD the first time round.
A valuable lesson learned.
Yeah.
Have I rewound it?
There's a penalty if you've not. No, you haven't rewound it.
Go and get the DVD later. They're gonna win the DVD.
No, I looked at the DVD and it was 18 quid. I'm not
Go
paying
and get
18
it
quid for
and
the...
claim it back.
No, you've got to wait
What a
ages.
cheap station this is.
It's outrageous.
I mean,
Well, do you want to go on with the other prizes with what we're giving away later?
What is this for Rockbusters?
Well,
We don't give away prizes, we throw away prizes.
Yeah, it's cleaning out some drawers in XFM.
Go on.
I'm just having a quick look through before I...
because we've sort of revamped Rockbusters a bit. There's that extra bit in it now, isn't there? That audio bit.
You're selling it, your big sell.
Oh, we're
There's a
not going
DVD
straight
there.
into that yet, then.
There's a
Oh,
DVD.
yeah.
There's a DVD there. What's that?
I'll go through them later, Rick. I just need to absorb it. Don't
so,
get excited, mate.
So, who did Carl play in the clip? What actor's place did he take, and what actress played opposite him? That's Ricky.Gervais.
At xfm.co.uk.
Sure.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Is that it then?
What we got coming up? We've got some
Play a bit of Coldplay.
Let's have
bit
it.
of Coldplay, be alright?
How they shine for you, and all the things that you do.
Coldplay. Yellow on XFM 104.9. Get it on DVD. It's an embarrassment. £7 worth of old video, pan and scanned.
I've bought it now, that's what they're getting. Right.
He's put a downer on it. All the work, you know, that went into that, and then just gonna fob them off with a bit of old celluloid like that.
Right, listen, still to come, right? We've got, the monkeys thing.
Ooh, chimpanzee that!
And when I was out last Sunday, right, at Johnny's birthday party,
Yeah.
Steve was there,
Yeah.
got talking about stuff, and a debate that we didn't really finish cropped up.
It blew your mind, didn't it?
Amazing.
Oh, I know about this. Steve told me. This is the, infinite amount of monkeys. Or a monkey with a typewriter and an infinite amount of time would eventually come up with the works of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
There was no debate. It's a philosophical, mathematical problem. There's no debate. It's true.
It wouldn't happen.
No, listen, Carl, listen. Infinity sorts it all out for you, right? An infinite amount of monkeys at a typewriter, right? They do everything. They type everything. Infinity just sorts it all out for you. There's no getting to it and they're going, oh well, let's have a look what they've done. This one's come close. It did Romeo and Juliet. It would do it all. It would type everything ever possible, conceivable.
Yeah, but
It's a mathematical
Well,
infinity.
we've heard your side of the argument, Rick. And I'll be honest with you, it's a persuasive one, but let's hear Carl, because he heard about this in a pub last week,
Yeah,
so
what's
he's
your
got some
problem?
strong
What's your
ideas
problem with
himself.
it? What's your problem with it?
well, first of all, right, you're saying it's a load of monkeys. It's not just one monkey
It depends.
that can live forever.
No, wait. It's either a chimpanzee with a typewriter with an infinite amount of time. He would eventually, by definition, mathematically, type everything ever possible. Okay, or it's an infinite amount of chimps with typewriters, and one of them will type it first time.
But already that's sort of that's not right. You either need to have
What do
one
you mean?
monkey.
What? You mean
Let's hear his
employment
point.
laws?
He
What do you mean
can't-
it's not right?
Let's hear him out, please.
If it's one monkey
Yeah.
with a typewriter that's got loads of ink in it and that, right? At least it knows what it's done in the past.
Don't. It's not.
Keep going.
Cry.
If you've got a load of monkeys, it's like if you have too many. What's that saying about too many chefs?
Too many
spoil-
chimps spoil the soup.
Right. Well, it's the same thing. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to put salt in it. I was going to put salt in it, and it messes it up. Whereas if it's just one, they know what's gone on. So what I'm saying is,
Honestly,
leave him go.
I can't be bothered.
I want
Steve.
to hear- I want to hear the rest.
This blows a mathematical problem.
I want to hear the rest.
well, it's just I just don't think it will happen.
What
I
do you mean you don't think it'll happen? Infinity works it out for you, by definition.
Well, what's stopping them typing the same thing again?
They would. In fact, the problem should be, if you had an infinite amount of time, that it would type that works of Shakespeare an infinite amount of times, and everything else an infinite amount of times. But, you know, that's not as...
But not Shakespeare.
Oh! Shut up! You,
You know-
idiot!
Rick, do you know what he said to me? I said to him, I explained it to him, I said,
God.
you've got an infinite number of monkeys, infinite number of typewriters, they will type the complete works of Shakespeare. He said, have they read Shakespeare?
You're an idiot! Play a
I said
record,
no.
'cause I'm not having this
They're not
conversation.
doing it from
I'm not
memory.
having it, because it really, really winds me up.
But you're saying they'll do it with no spelling errors.
Well, they do it an infinite amount of times, and they do it wrong an infinite amount of times, and they spell the last full stop wrong an infinite amount of times, and they do it, and they get one thing wrong in Hamlet wrong an infinite amount of times. They do everything an infinite amount of times.
But are they going off a story that they've...
Play a record, Carl, because I'm gonna knock you out!
I'm just saying,
Shut up!
do they know the story?
Oh,
They're monkeys!
Oh, Christ.
No,
Right,
what-
okay. Lloyd Cole. She's a girl and I'm a man. Good that, innit? On
Very good.
XFM, 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
As
Yeah.
ever, Rick, there's always someone who steps in to defend Carl.
Okay, what is the defence? What is the defence?
Here's an email from Scott Coomer. He says, Carl is actually right. I've got an A-level in statistics and probability. It doesn't matter how long they have and how many monkeys you have, you cannot guarantee they would type the complete works of Shakespeare. Infinity makes it probable they would get it right, but not definite.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
No, you weren't saying, Carl. You don't understand it. Infinity sort of sorts it out. That if they do anything, they nearly do everything, won't they?
No, I mean, they'll give it a good shot. and that.
No, that's not the point. But the
I'd
point
be
is
surprised if they did one page right.
Right, listen. It's not to do with consciousness. It's not to do with them aiming.
They are
It's-
just bashing away at the keyboard.
It's like they're used to show that there isn't consciousness. They chose the chimpanzee because it can type, presumably, hit the keyboard.
It's because they hadn't come across you at the time.
yeah. It's to take out thought out of it. It's to take out reason and trying, right? It's just random. They're saying that if you typed enough things, if the computer was left like that, typing everything, if you left it for an infinite amount of time, and they chose Shakespeare because there is meaning behind it, and it's difficult to get it exactly right, to show you that Infinity would come up with it's not just Shakespeare, it's every novel. It's everything.
Fairly eloquent there from Gervais. A quick riposte, please, from Carl Pilkington.
No, I'm just saying, what I don't understand, if it hasn't read it, then how does it know where it's going?
Listen, right, okay, listen, right,
Can I just
explain to people, right, some people have said, oh, why are you cruel to Carl? He drives me mental with things like that. What do you mean, well?
Let me just,
You do my
just take a breather.
How do I do your editing?
He keeps coming in the week. You know that I work here properly, yeah, in the week, don't I? Yeah. I've got a proper job, yeah?
Yeah.
Should be 9 to 5, but I normally get in at about 8 o'clock and work
A lot
till
of people
about
getting
8.
8 o'clock.
Working hard, trying to do my job. 3 times this week, I've been rushing around, I walked past my little studio. He's sat in there, alright? Now, because I've got this sort of job, I can get away with it. I said to him, if I was a doctor, would he keep coming to me practice?
If you were a doctor, there'd be severe problems with the NHS.
Oh, imagine that.
The standards would have lowered so much
We
to
go
if
to
you
lunch.
can arrive at the hospital, you're a
We'll
doctor.
pop in, I'll go to lunch, don't we? We have a little lunch break, don't we? I go, come on, let's go now. He goes, I'm busy. I go, come on, let's go now. He's going, oh, you're doing me head in.
Well, when I was talking about the monkey conundrum with Carl, he said to me, right, if I had a day off work, and I was, say, watching the TV, and with one hand I was typing a typewriter, would I type Shakespeare? I mean...
Yeah, but you see, there's certain things. We were talking a little bit about this stuff the other week, weren't we? When we said you were going on about Einstein, and I said he's not that good. You know, E equals MC squared. You know, it sounds good, but I've never used it. And that. Right?
I've never used it. You haven't used 2 and 2 equals 4, Carl.
The fella with an apple fell on his head. You know, it could have been anyone sat under that tree. Do you know what I mean? It's just annoying.
Lucky. And
It just happened to be a genius.
Newton gets all the credit
No, do you know
for
what
his
I mean?
laws of the universe.
Well, other people were working whilst he was having a lunch break under the tree.
Okay.
So in a way, it's like he didn't deserve to have that success story.
Again, forget the apple and the tree and whether he was sitting down having a lunch break. It's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's certain things that will just happen. You know, it's like, I think we were talking, when we were out eating the other week, we were talking about Noel Gallagher.
Well, this is reason the monkey
Right.
discussion came up, right? We were... Noel Gallagher...
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Rick, I don't want to misquote
I'm
Noel.
gonna be like Herbert Lom in Clouseau. I'm gonna get a twitch whenever he opens his mouth. I don't know where to start with some of his statements.
Well, as I say, this discussion began because we were talking about a quote that Noel Gallagher supposedly gave. Now, I don't want to misquote Gallagher, but the gist of it was that he said, had I written Wonderwall or whatever, instead of the Beatles writing Strawberry Fields or whatever, I'd be the one that was considered the great songwriter, and it wouldn't be the Beatles. You know, it's just the fact that they came first that meant that they get all the credit as being the greatest band.
I
in the
don't know where
world.
to start with that statement either.
I mean, that's Gallagher's thing, and he's, you know, well, whatever. We know what we think of that. What was your point, Carl? You agreed with him, didn't you?
Yeah, I reckon. Right? Do you know we've talked about putting a baby in a room before, and it'll know what colour it is and stuff. If you've got a room that's painted red, right? But forget that, because that's going to confuse
Hear him out. Hear him out.
Can I
Listen to me.